Good evening. Good evening all. UCL Fantasy is back and we're ready for another fantastic year. I thought, well basically right, so the game's obviously been active for a couple of weeks, I want to say. It's been like 2 weeks or something now. I've not touched it. I've literally done, like I've auto made my team, set the team up and like restarted my league. That's literally as far as it's gone for myself. So a couple of people have asked me on Twitter about like how teams are looking. I honestly have no idea because I've done my fixture list but I've not even had a look at the fixtures. I've just copied that over and done my own fixture difficulty thing, but literally I've not had a look whatsoever. So that's basically where this stream's going to be. If we look at the spreadsheet that we've got, this is all of our fixtures. So we're going to be looking at this. We're going to be analysing this quite a bit. Then I'm going to look at some fixture swings. So we're going to pretty much take away all the red and orange fixtures, look at the green ones, look at the yellow ones, and see when the best time to use our chips could be. So I have, again, if anyone has already looked at UCL Fantasy and you've had a a decent look into chip strategies, let me know in the chat, because again, like I said, I've got absolutely, but I'm starting from scratch tonight, so we'll see how long this goes, but we're basically going to try and see what kind of chip strategies that we can go for. We've also got, again, best fixtures. This is where we're going to try get our chip strategies. We're going to highlight a couple players to watch. Again, like I said, I've not looked at any prices or anything like that, so we're going to do that as well. We've got a short list that we're going to add to, and then obviously chip strategies. Now I have started working on some predicted lineups. We've looked at the 4 first teams starting with A, but that is the plan for over the weekend and going into next week, and then I'll obviously have a tweet at some point with all of them, but this is kind of what we're looking at right now, just to kind of see and then highlight who the best cheap players are, who's actually going to be starting for each of the teams. So that is basically the plan, and then eventually we'll make a first draft as well. So that's essentially what is going to be happening today. So yeah, quite excited for it. Jedi, how are we? Eden, hello. Jack, hey. Ishmael, Kuka, Alex, good to see you all. We've got 25 people in here right now, so I hope you're ready to, I don't know, what would the word be? Ready to, don't know, I'm going to leave it there because I don't know what else to say. So yeah. Has anyone got like some proper drafts and stuff going? Is there anyone that I should be taking note of in terms of like 4 million, 4.5 million players? Because like I said, I don't really have too much going on so far. I have seen a couple of things. I heard there's a guy from Monaco who's like 4.5 million and seems to be playing quite a lot. I'm trying to remember the name of this guy, Ben Seguir, I believe. Seems to be playing, not even a picture in the game yet, but he's 4.5 million, and they seem to have pretty decent fixtures as well, other than this Barcelona game in the first leg. So he's what, a 4.5 million midfielder? Very interesting. And then there was a goalkeeper too that I think was 4 million that could be getting game time. Don't know, I doubt I'll be able to find them though, because I've literally just like scrolled right over it. But yeah, so let's jump into it, because I want to basically just start with the spreadsheet and go from there. So let's see. Thomas, hey, how you doing? Lazy person, hello. Pig Apple says wildcard 4, limitless 2 or 8. Okay, we'll look at that and see what there is. Notion Vids, De Gregorio, 4.5 million keeper for Juve. Kept clean sheet in all their matches. That's an interesting one. How's Juventus's fixtures? You know what? That's actually, he could be the one to go for. Right, so what I want to start with is basically taking these fixtures and popping them in here. Nope, that's not ideal. Hold on. Delete. And let's just duplicate this one. Right, there we go. Name this one Fixture Swings, and then we're essentially just going to be getting rid of all of these fixtures right here that are red or dark orange. Yeah, we'll get rid of them ones as well, just to essentially, like, obviously see how our see what kind of chip strategies, see where the good teams have like a good fixture run. So has everyone actually made a draft then already? Because I've seen quite a lot so far. Obviously it's the international break, this is the time to do it. We're only like a week and a half away now from from kickoff. Polka Barsi at Barca's also 4.5 million. Is he playing every single game still? I seen, like, obviously he played quite a lot towards the end of last season. I've not really kept too much up with Barca so far. If he's playing every game, that could be a good one as well. Thinking I probably should have done this before the stream started, because this is taking a lot longer than I thought it was gonna. But again, you can kind of start to see who the or where the decent fixture runs are coming in. De Gregorio and Cabell are my goalkeepers. Cabell was really good last year as well, obviously, with the Dortmund defence performing so well. But that's two people now that have said De Gregorio is their goalie. Interested in chip strategy the most. I know. I actually think like the chip strategy could be like very interesting this year, because we've obviously got 8 match days now, and every game's different. So at least before, with the 6 match days, there was like at least some pattern to it. Like obviously, if you played a team in match day 1, then you would then play them again in match day 6, kind of thing. If you played a team in match day 3, you would play them in match day 4, home and away. So you could kind of like see which fixtures were going to be good, and you could actually make a plan out of that. Obviously now it's literally just 8 random fixtures, so there's no pattern to it whatsoever. And adding on the fact that there's 2 extra fixtures, I think it's going to make things extremely interesting. Because like I said, there's literally no pattern to it whatsoever. And at that point, like I think with the extra 2 fixtures as well, it's like the plan was kind of like everyone's seen it with the Euros and with the Champions League last year, that keeping your wild card till the round of 16 and like forward, like obviously like a semi-final wild card, was quite a good move. I don't think it's going to be possible this year with literally the amount of games before we get to the semi-final. Like I feel like this is more than ever this year going to be use your 2 chips in the league stages now. Let me actually do it this way. This may be a bit quicker. Nearly there. That was, yeah. There we go. Right. So there's our decent fixtures. The yellow ones aren't too bad. Like you can see with the FDR on the right hand side here. The yellow ones are like they're not bad fixtures. They aren't easy fixtures, but they're not too bad. And again, with the lack of green fixtures, it's probably like you probably want to be targeting the yellow fixtures. Let's see, how is everyone getting on? Good 4.5 million defenders. Kubarsi from Barca, Anton at Dortmund, Acerbi from Inter. Is Anton only 4.5 million? That's your Hummels replacement, and he's cheaper. Was Hummels 4.5 last year? I can't remember. I think it might have actually been. Kubarsi played the last 4 games, so should be fine. Wow. Okay. There's a decent amount of cheap players then. Do you think there's going to be more rotation this year? Obviously, there's now 8 games. I don't know. Are the games every week? I think they might. I think they may actually be every week up until like the end of January. So there could be quite a fair bit of rotation, especially with teams like you could argue that the games are actually easier as well. Like City against Bratislava away from home, that could be a game where they literally just rotate a lot of the players. Same with Sparta Prague at home as well. Thomas Araujo from Benfica. Rico Lewis is only 4.5 million. Pacho 4.5 million. Kamil Petowski. Plenty of options at 4.5 million. That's decent to know. Okay, so who's our big teams here? Let's kind of like point out like a lot of teams that we would want to be getting players from. So Atletico's probably there. Barca, Bayern, Leverkusen. I think we could probably include Leverkusen. Dortmund, Inter, Juventus, Liverpool, City, PSG, Real Madrid. And probably leave it at that. So in terms of when they have the best fixtures, so Arsenal don't really have a good fixture run. They've got like maybe 1, then a 2. Atletico again. I mean, this one could be okay. Who have they got in between that? PSG away from home. Atletico could be decent from match day 3. Barca have a really nice one. Young Boys at home, Brest at home, Red Star away. I was going to say Cancelo, but he doesn't even play for them anymore. Okay. Bayern Munich and really nice fixture match day 1. See, there's a fair few green fixtures in match day 1, which is good. But then does that mean, like for example, Bayern don't have a good fixture in match day 2? Would you maybe use a chip in match day 2? Is anyone talking about using a chip in match day 2 so far? Like Inter don't have a good game, but then they have a really good game. Same with Liverpool and Man City. Who've Man City got in match day 1? Inter at home. I mean, you could probably, like, the fact it's a home fixture for Man City, you probably could target a couple of City players for those first 3 matches. Monaco have a nice, pretty nice with their fixture. Barcelona at home. I think as long as it's a home fixture, you've kind of got to like accept that, because you can't be chopping and changing so much with only 2 transfers. Games every 2 weeks. Okay, thank you, Emmanuel. Emre Can's listed as a defender. Is that right? He doesn't play centre back that often, does he? On Pettins as well. Not sure if that's true. Interesting. I suppose Fulkrug's not there anymore. Sabitzer still plays for Dortmund, doesn't he? Kimmich 6 mil, Rodri 7 mil. Real Madrid. Whoa, what are Real Madrid's fixtures? Lille, Dortmund, Milan. That's actually not too bad. Liverpool, Atalanta, but no green fixtures in there for a long time for Real. And then other than that, nothing too much. So it's, I feel like instantly you could potentially say a chip in match day 2 could be quite good, just because a lot of the good teams have a good fixture either in match day 1 or match day 2. This is 100% a lot harder to try and plan than it was last year. Okay, best fixtures in match day 1. So we've got Atletico with Leipzig at home. Can't spell. Atletico with Leipzig at home. And that is a yellow fixture. Also in match day 1, Bayern have Zagreb at home. So we definitely, there's this like, do we go Kane, Sani, Musiala? I don't know if Bayern really have too many good, I don't know why I've wrote that in there, defenders anymore, do they? Does Kim still play? Because he was class for He was classed for ball recoveries last year. Has he been dropped yet after his terrible performance in last year's Champions League? Atalanta. Whoa. Atalanta are not as good as last year. They lost 4-0 to Juve. Bruges away from home for Dortmund. That was a yellow fixture. Juventus of PSV at home. Also a yellow fixture. Not too many greens in match day 1, is there? PSG Girona at home. Are Girona as good this year? Also yellow. And then Real have Stuttgart at home. Also a yellow fixture. Only one green fixture for the big teams in match day 1. Match day 2, Barca have Young Boys. Dortmund with Celtic. It's just a lot of differences in it. Like, I feel like every team that didn't have one. Corvina. That's it. No, I've totally done that wrong again. Inter have Inter. I want to say it was at home. Was it at home? It was at home. A couple good fixtures in match day 2. Stuttgart is green in my opinion. They've been bad. See again, like how far is the Bundesliga in? That starts a week before the Premier League, doesn't it? So they'd have played 4 fixtures. Liverpool, City. Go for that. What's the abbreviation for Bratislava? I'll go for that then now. Green and yellow. PSG, Real Madrid. Cool. Match day 3. Arsenal with their first win against Shakhtar. I want to say it was at home. It was at home. Atletico with Leo, Bayer Leverkusen with Brest. Atletico. Leo at home. And Leverkusen with. Can I do that? Why not? That was, I believe that was green and yellow. No, they're both yellow. Yellow and yellow. Dortmund, Inter with Young Boys away, and Juventus. Stuttgart at home. Green, yellow. PSG with PSV at home. Which is a yellow fixture. See, literally looking at that alone, I don't even think I've typed the same name twice. Like, Juventus is there twice, PSG's there. Oh, well, no, that wouldn't really make it. I suppose a limitless in match day 2 kind of looks the best if you're looking at just those specifically. That way you've got Atletico for a yellow, team goes back in match day 3, and then you've got them again, the same with Juventus, the same PSG. I mean, it's always an option. Whether that's the best option yet, we don't know. Lookman listed as a midfielder and on penalties. Okay, interesting. Bologna are also not as good as their coach Thiago Motta, and 2 really good players have left the team. Yeah, actually, that's a fair point with Bologna. They lost quite a lot, didn't they? I think their team's still like pretty decent. But yeah, I can't imagine they'll be as good as they were last year. Barca with Red Star away. What did I do for them? CVZ. Green fixture. Leverkusen are fine. Dortmund with Sturm Graz at home. Inter and Juventus, Liverpool and same. Wow, there's really no massively good fixtures at all in match day 4. Two big teams with a good fixture in match day 4. Match day 5 we have Atletico and Barca. It's Prague away, Brest at home. Green and green. And then we've got Salzburg at home with Leverkusen. Another green fixture. Dortmund with Zagreb away. Another green fixture. Inter with Leipzig at home. Yellow. City with Feyenoord at home. Decent amount of fixtures here. Don't know what that really means just yet. PSG are alright and Real are alright as well. Anyone not going 3 big hitters up front? See, the big hitters, I always usually do go for the 3 up front. But a lot of people last year seemed to do quite well with only going for 2 and going for 1 cheap option. But I would like to have like a decent wee look at the cheap picks, because I'd definitely be interested in it this year. But then if everyone's saying that the 4.5 million options are good this year, then might as well just maybe go for the 3 up top. Do I do the FDR on betting spreads? Well, the FDR I got from FPL Austria on Twitter, so I'm not sure where he got them from, but he does it every year. It's always a really good one to go off of, so that's what I use. So I'm not exactly sure where that came from. City after Feyenoord, we're good. So match day 6, Arsenal have Monaco at home. Bratislava at home for Atletico. Atletico seem to have some pretty decent fixtures. They're popping up here quite a lot. I've noticed that Molina, I had Molina last year when I was looking at the predicted lineups, that Molina doesn't really play as much anymore. Looks as though it will be Llorente instead. I think he's listed as a midfielder though, which is an annoying thing about the 5 at the backs. That all their wing backs are listed as midfielders now. At least most of the time. Also, does anyone remember Lino from Atletico last year? He was always like, no one would ever have him in their team, but he would always come on off the bench and score from left wing back for Atletico. He's literally been playing centre mid. So again, who's this? PSG with Salzburg away. And that's it for match day 6. Match day 7, Arsenal, Zagreb at home. The problem as well is if you're trying to save the chips for like maybe match day 6 or match day 7, you're literally living off like the first 5 match days with 2 transfers a week, which it's going to be hard. It's like look at FPL this year trying to not wildcard in match day 4, even though everyone's set their team up for like further on than that, and there's just so many problems. And I feel like you'll definitely find that in the Champions League because of the amount of rotation that's possible. Inter and Juventus, Sparta Prague away, and Bruges away. Green and yellow. Liverpool and City. Liverpool have Lille at home. PSV, Real Madrid, Salzburg at home. And then finally, match day 8, and then we can move on. Atletico with Salzburg away. Another one for Atletico. Alvarez has been doing quite well as well, hasn't he? I think that was at home. Because if he is cheap, like if Alvarez, I think Alvarez might be 9 million, actually I've got it on here. Alvarez is only 8 million. So when you consider the fixtures for Atletico, that could be fantastic. Yeah, Cuckoo's on the same page. Alvarez would be a game breaker if he's on penalties, exactly. I don't think it will be. It'll more than likely be Griezmann that keeps the penalties, but I think it could still be a really good option. Bayern and Prague. I think you're really going to have to form a lot of fixtures though here. Like, being able to have a team that's just got like all green fixtures is probably going to be impossible. You're probably going to end up with a lot of players playing difficult games just to be able to have them to play easier games in future match days. Inter and Juve with Monaco and Benfica. Inter and Juve seem to have quite a few as well, decent games. Yeah, that one a bit smaller, so it's annoying me. That's kind of annoying me a bit more now. Oh well. Inter and Juve. Liverpool and City have Bruges at home. Thing is as well, you need to you would completely rule out a match day 8 chip as well, because all of the matches play at the same time, so you can't use your bench whatsoever. Which is another reason. Nah, I don't know actually. Unless you want to use maybe like if you were to use use a chip, you would obviously set it up with a terrible bench, and you could go for a full starting 11 with a ton of like money in it. Don't really think it's going to be a great option there, but I think more than likely you wouldn't want to use a chip in match day 8 because you don't get a bench out of it, and it would seem a bit pointless. But there we go. So that's our good fixtures for our good teams. Now obviously you could include the likes of, you know, your Aston Villas in here, your Benfica's in here, but then we'd just be here for literally forever. So in terms of the bigger teams, I'm seeing Arsenal in here towards the end. Atletico are in here quite a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bayern, 1. Again, Bayern in here towards the end as well. So we're looking at maybe match day 6 for something, potentially a wild card. PSG in 1, 3, 6, and that's it for them. So if you're in these, if you're in the chat, which you obviously are if you're watching, let me know what chip strategy you've got so far. What are we looking at, and we'll kind of dive into it a little bit and see what we can do with it. Rodrigo, I think, is a bit of a steal because he's the only one who plays right wing for Real Madrid. He's 9 million. Vinicius, and I forgot Mbappe plays for Real Madrid. Rodrigo's great, but worried about minutes. He was benched. I mean, I think as well with who could play striker for Real Madrid, because if Mbappe, obviously Mbappe can play off the wing. They didn't re-sign Hosselu. Who was playing striker for them last year? It was just Vinny, wasn't it? Ish. Depending on the formation. Bellingham. Looking at this bill I did. I'm blaming the water bottle. Looking at the table, Dortmund is the only team with 4 good fixtures in the first 5. Yep, Dortmund. Yep, 100%. Who have they got in match day 4? Where's Dortmund? Real Madrid. Yeah, no, I would definitely agree. I think match day 6 looks pretty good for like a wild card. Endrick, okay. Like match day 6, you can get your Arsenal guys in for the good fixtures. If you've got maybe 3 Dortmund to go for these 5 fixtures, again you can get them out before. But these aren't even tough fixtures. You can maybe even keep the Dortmund players right through it. Who else is really good off the start? Brest, I don't know if anyone's really picking. You could get Villa off the start. Maybe not from match day 5. Arsenal you probably don't want till the end. Would you want? Atalanta, PSG, Inter, yeah, maybe look at avoiding Arsenal. Barca. How are Barca doing? Like, are they? Who's the Flick's now the manager, isn't he? In between those two, they've got Monaco away and Bayern at home. Monaco could be, Barca could be a decent one as well to go for. Endrick, Vinicius, Mbappe, Brahim, Rodrigo. If Real rotate, it'll be in La Liga, not UCL. Yeah, fair. I feel like that's the kind of the kind of stage where Real Madrid would want to be topping that league table no matter what. Karim Konate is a nice option, 6 million forward. Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to some players. So if anyone has, I've seen a couple already, I'll scroll through the chat and try pick up a couple. But if anyone has some gems that they've found or some really good value players, let me know and we'll add them in. So we've got Di Gregorio, who is a 4.5 million goalkeeper. And then we'll take a look in terms of fixtures, in terms of prices, and then for like first draft teams. Cabarce, 4.5 million for Barca. Kobel, Anton at Dortmund, we'll add him in. 4.5. Araujo from Benfica. Is that how you spell it? Yeah. Defender. Forgot to add that for Anton. $4.5 mil. No, it's an E. That's why I've got it wrong. I knew it looked weird. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Rico Lewis from Manchester City. Also defenders. Pacho from PSG. Barca again. Piatowski from Salzburg. Piatowski. Defender. Don't know his price, so we'll need to have a look at that in a minute. I'm guessing he's like 4.5. Emre Can, we'll have a look at Emre Can. 5 mil. That's mad that he's listed as a defender though. 5 mil. Lookman. Don't have his price yet. Gyökeres seems to be popular and Sporting has decent fixtures. Right, we'll definitely look at Gyökeres because I have seen him in quite a lot. I actually think every single draft I have seen so far has him in it. Kanate, does Karim Kanate still play for Salzburg? 6 mil forward, scored 20. I think I'm gonna rate him there for now, but correct me if I'm wrong. 6 mil. Timber 4.5 mil. Yeah, see, this was like the one player I've looked at. Like Timber, see if you can get an Arsenal defender for 4.5 mil. That would be insane. But yeah, no, I do agree it would be a bit of a rotation risk. But he's played every game in the league so far. Yes, yeah, I think he has come off as a sub quite a bit. Cabal. 4.5 million left back for Juve. Okay. So now I make this a capital. Cabal, defender. Kanate, yeah, okay, so Kanate does play for Salzburg. We've also got Blažević, who is obviously the goalkeeper that played for Leipzig last year. And then Dedić, I don't know what position he's in. 6 million Bermancevic for Sparta Prague. And Haraslin. Haraslin is a Euros god. So I'm gonna I'm hoping he's down as a midfielder. Bermancevic. 6 million, don't know his position yet. And Haraslin. I'm gonna put midfielder for now. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. 5.5. Dortmund 5 million Gittins. Also, I know these bottom four are cut off by my face. I do apologise. I don't really think there's anywhere else I can put it on the screen. Gittins. Don't know what that is. 5 mil. Skov Olsen. What team does Skov Olsen play for? Ben Giger for Monaco. Ben Seguir. He's a midfielder. He's 4.5 million. I think he's going to end up being pretty popular. Gil from Girona. Again, I'm assuming he's a midfielder. Left wing, right wing. 4.5. Rogers, oh jeez, don't say that, Gareth. Okay, I'm putting him in anyway. Rogers, mid, 5 mil. Inter, is Thuram only 7.5 mil again? Has he not got like, has he not had a fantastic start to the season? Please tell me he's a midfielder. Again, I'm gonna put him down as a forward because he absolutely should be a forward, but let me know. Okay, so Skov Olsen plays for Bruges. Appreciate you all correcting me. Skov Olsen. I'm gonna also assume he's a midfielder. 5.5 mil. Where was I a minute ago? Thuram. 7.5. Elise 6.5. Is he had a good start to Bayern? Does anyone watch Bayern too much? Has Elise started off quite well? Valverde 6.5. Kanati still plays for Salzburg. They play in the league 3 days before the UCL game, so I'd look to see who plays there. Kanati should be nailed. Good to know. Cambiasso. Is Cambiasso Inter? Who's Cambiasso playing for these days? Juventus? Atalanta? Can't remember who he plays for. I think it's Inter. Maybe making myself look stupid here. Yamal 7.5. Yamal was only 7.5 as well. He will probably be in a lot of teams. You're probably right. Yamal, Camarsi, Rafinha, best cost options. Okay, we don't have Rafinha yet. Is he down as a striker again? I hope he's... I'm going to put him midfielder because he should be midfielder. But we'll have a look at him. Let me actually... You know, I'll remove it because he could easily be a forward. Thuram's a forward, okay. That makes him a little bit, like, obviously less desirable, but Goncalves is 7.5 from Sporting. He was very good. Was it 2 years ago in UCL Fantasy? 6.5. Barcola 7 million mid is nice. Top goal scorer this season and can play anywhere in the front line. Is a midfielder too. Wee Bradley. Why have I done this? Patro. I think Patro's a defender. Don't know why I know that. I might be thinking of someone totally different. How much was Barcola? 7 million. Okay. At least he started off well. How much was he again? 6.5. Nabry's been insane. 7.5. Okay. How much is Musiala this year? Is Musiala really expensive? Sane as well. Obviously last year's 2 big players from last year. Or if we get some cheap options instead. Juventus Cambiasso plays for. Is it Cambiasso? Yeah. Juventus. Cambiasso. 5.5. Mendy, 5 million, cheapest defender for Real. Does Mendy play every game? I think he does, doesn't he? I don't think Real have a backup to him yet. They were supposed to get Davies, weren't they? Where's Real? Mendy. Keep doing that. Defender. 5.5. No, he's 5. He's 6.5. Vitinha at 7. He's cheap again. He was really good for ball recoveries last year. And he got a couple goals as well. Quite like him. And PSG were in that fixture swing list quite a few times. I think he was 6.5 last year, or was he 6? He may have been 6. Rafinha's 7.5 and a midfielder. Thank you, Notion Vids. Vitinha again, I would say Olmo. What's wrong with Olmo? Is I seen he's signed for Barca now, isn't he? He got registered in time. João Neves, 5.5 million mid. I want to say he still plays for Benfica. I don't think he got a move, did he? João Neves. 5.5 million. Musiala's 9 and Sané's 8. That's not too bad. Militao's injured apparently, not sure if it's true. Yeah, someone else said that earlier in the chat. Grimaldo, yeah, he's definitely one I want to add in. I don't know his price. I'm hoping it's not 6 mil. If it's anything less than 6 mil, he probably goes straight in. He is still listed as defender, isn't he? Yeah, Militao is a muscle injury, but not sure the extent of it. Vallejo was the other UCL centre back, but injured too, so Rudiger's the only fit one. If it stays like this, I'd assume Carvajal plays centre back with Rudiger. Damn. Hakimi's only 5.5 mil this year. He was one of the better ones last year. He's still a defender, isn't he? Yeah, he's still a defender. 5.5. That looks fine. That looks fine. Okay. Almost 8 mil. That's why you might have said that, because Rafinha. Ah, got you right. João Neves is PSG now. My bad. Kyogo, yes. Now he is definitely one to watch for no personal reason whatsoever. Coop Miners 6 million from Juve was very good last season for Atalanta. It's not Coop N Miners, it's just Coop Miners. Mid 6 mil. Neves with PSG. Grimaldo's 5.5. Now that is a pretty decent price. Sané hasn't started any league matches yet, so would avoid for now. Elise, Gnabry better. Good. Haaland 11. Have we got any side players yet? We've got Lewis, Haaland, Ford. 11 mil. Right. that seems to be, we've caught up with the chat. So we're happy with what we've got. No one Atletico was one of the ones we were talking about with one of the best fixture runs off the start. Has no one found any play? I'm gonna add Alvarez in here for 8 million. Because I think he could definitely be a very nice one. Anyone else? Ah, there we go. Joey's right on it as soon as I said it. Bologna, probably no one. Brest, probably no one that would want. Red Star, probably no one. Feyenoord? How's the Feyenoord fixtures? Oh no, we definitely don't want any Feyenoord players off the bat. Girona, Dovbek's moved. Inter were there quite a few times. 2 good fixtures off the start. Anyone other than Thuram? Aspe 4.5 from Atletico. I'll add him in. Castillo 5.5 million from Brest. Interesting. I've done that again. Mid 4.5 mil. Frimpong also a good. Is Frimpong also 5.5? And is he listed as a defender? I'm gonna assume so. Acerbi 4.5 from Inter. $4.5 mil. Jimenez from Feyenoord. Who was he supposed to go to? Was it Forest? He was very good last year. I don't have a price for him. Dumfries 5.5. Is Dumfries in this, like, is the same happened this season as it did the last season when everyone picked him and then he never played most of the games? Or is he's starting again? What are Milan's fixtures? Right, they haven't had the best of starts, so I'd probably look to avoid for now. Theo's been benched. I mean, we'll look at them in this. Liverpool and Leverkusen off the start probably isn't ideal. Bruges in match day 3. I think probably from match day 5 onwards, if they can get a grip, maybe towards November-ish. A game against Bratislava is going to be good. Red Star's going to be good. Home to Girona as well. Yeah, I think Milan's probably one from match day 5. Dumfries will play the easy games. Okay. Çalhanoğlu 7 mil from Joey. Where is Inter? Çalhanoğlu 7 mil. He's a midfielder. Barella also 7 mil. Okay, we're filling up the Inter ones now. Onions, thank you. Appreciate you coming in anyways. Jedi. Maatsen, yeah. See, this is what I'm saying, right? So Maatsen, why is Maatsen getting benched to Digne? Like, surely he plays Champions League. He was one of the best left backs in the second half of last season. Villa sign him for 40 million and then poof, he's gone. I do think Maatsen's got to be one for the Champions League game, surely. A game every 2 weeks as well. I mean, that's enough to keep a player happy till January, you would think, with the odd appearance in the Premier League. Pavlovic from AC Milan. No one noticed any Liverpool players? Any Liverpool players looking good? Salah, a nice wee price. Who else? McAllister, I don't really know what his ball recoveries would be like. Oh, there you go. Literally. Why do I keep saying it and then it's right in the chat? Salah 10 million is a bargain in my basket. Salah 10 mil. It's a little like, I don't know what are the prices. I'm guessing he's the most expensive midfielder. But last year it was like De Bruyne, wasn't it? 9.5. 10 mil. Here are Liverpool's fixtures. Would you pick Salah off the bat? Oh no, wow. Not great. Milan, Leipzig. I mean, it's not like horrendous games though. Verts 7.5. Where's Leverkusen? See, Verts at 7.5 is not bad, but does he do, like, obviously we all had him in the Euros game. Does he do the same for Leverkusen? Maatsen not nailed enough. Yeah, I think he's probably, like, how's Villa's fixtures off the start? Could you wait and see with him? They've got young boys away. I think if you were going to pick, they actually have, Villa have some great fixtures. I mean, you could, I guess, potentially wait till match day 3 and then see if he plays the first 2 and go for him. Trent 6. I'm just going to write Trent because I can't be arsed typing his full name. Frederick Orsnes, very good one. One of the best from Benfica. Also Di Maria. Where's Benfica? Orsnes. I think he's a midfielder. Is he not one of those guys that can literally play like left back, centre mid, strike? Maybe not striker. Like left wing as well. Di Maria. He normally is listed as a forward. Correct me if I'm wrong. De Bruyne is 9.5. Okay. Girona, we've got Abel Ruiz. Okay. Are these actually like pickable players though? Like, would you consider him for 5.5 million? Gutierrez. That's probably butchered. Defender. Veerman 6.5 from PSV. Okay, so Salah is the most expensive midfielder. Vert's gonna cook for Leverkusen. Tiggy, UCL Fantasy is one of the best games there is. It was absolutely brilliant last year and the year before. Fix that. Young Boys versus Villa is the early game. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. Yeah, I'd probably have him in my team then if we can see the lineups for that. Because that'd be great for the first couple. Right, are we happy with these players? Does anyone want to get someone else in before we move on and actually look at a team? We've filled up, well, we've filled up Inter. We've essentially filled up Juventus. We have filled up PSG. Nearly filled up Salzburg. Simons and Openda. Where's Leipzig? Or did Simons? No, he went back to Leipzig. Yeah, forget me. Where's Leipzig? Ah, there they are. Simons, Openda, forward. So Simons has been given a 1 mil price increase for the same price as the striker. Garassi for Dortmund. 7.5. Atalanta Retegi 5.5. I actually seen him as well. I think both the Atalanta forwards were 5.5, which is an interesting one if Atalanta can get like a nice fixture, maybe on like a wild card or something. Yes, that was the goalkeeper I was looking at, Carnesci. I was really hoping he was going to be, because I seen is it what was the Atalanta goalie's name? It was like 5 letters and it started with M. Mocha or something. I seen he moved to Atletico like a couple of days ago. And I was really hoping that this Carnesci guy was going to be a 4 million goalkeeper, and he wasn't. He's 4.5. Zappacosta. Uh, 4.5 as well. Mbappe. Is Mbappe 11? I'm assuming 11's still the most expensive. I can't imagine he's more than Haaland. Kimmich, I believe someone said he was 6 million earlier. Antonio, so Paulo Bernardo's, 4.5 million would be class. I doubt he starts though. He done really well at the weekend, but I don't think he's going to be a starter at all. He'll be someone that comes off the bench and might get the odd start, but he won't be a proper starter, unfortunately. It would have been class if he was. Musso, that's his name, not Mucho. Or Mucci. Sabitzer, 6 mil. Sabitzer's still at Dortmund, I believe. 6 mil again for Sabitzer is another one I'd be interested in, because especially if he's taking penalties now, with Fulkrug gone, would be class. Bellingham. Um, 9 mil. Pulisic 7.5. Has he been doing well over? I'm assuming he's still at Milan. Has he been doing well over there? Theo Hernandez, I'll add him, even though FPL Aguero said he had been benched a couple of times. Could be like a slight injury. 5.5 is not bad for him, but he was pretty disappointing last year. He didn't really get the attacking returns that we would have been hoping for. Mendy's injured. Okay. Oh, Fran Garcia at 4.5. I'll add him in. Right. Are we happy with that now? I don't think we've really missed anyone from teams that we would be looking at. Lille are probably not going to do, I wouldn't imagine, to do too well. Plus they've got very difficult fixtures off the start. I think we're pretty happy with that. I think I'll have a look at the actual teams now, and then we'll see, and we can always add people after. Right. Let's see what we can make then, shall we, with what we've got. It's first draft time. So, I don't think, did anyone really mention Atletico players? I think probably, based on what we had. In fact, I want to see what you can see from this. See if I go here. Just opened that by accident. If I can go... Can I go here and then you guys see that enough? Okay, missing. if I zoom out. Maybe a bit more difficult to see. Actually, that's fine. Not missing out on too much. Let me move that to that. Okay. I feel like that should be. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Right. So I think I want a couple of. I've just kicked the camera. I think I want a couple of Atletico players in here because they do have a pretty decent. A pretty decent fixture swing here. Is that okay? Right, okay, you can see it like that. We'll keep it like that. That way we can move back and forward without having to switch screens every 2 seconds. So Atletico are very on and off, but in terms of the fixtures in between, Benfica away and PSG away isn't the worst thing in the world. So I definitely want to get a couple of Atletico guys in. So we're gonna go for. What the hell is going on outside? Don't know if you heard that. I'm gonna go for Alvarez straight off the start. I kind of want like a defender too. Who's their match day 1 fixture against? Leipzig at home. Maybe not. I can get away without a defender. Bayern with Zagreb at home. Looking at the best fixtures, we definitely want a couple of Bayern players. Who have they got in between that? So Bayern have Villa and Barca, both away fixtures, but both fixtures that you would probably expect something to happen from Bayern anyway. So let's look at Bayern, because Kane's probably someone we want to look at. Kane's only 10.5, so Kane's one of the cheaper ones in terms of like the premium strikers. Defenders, do we look at Kim again? Has Kim been playing? Let's have a look at fuck him up. Bayern. So Kim has been playing. Guerrero as well, but is that what? Guerrero playing at centre back? Kim started in 2 matches. Of how many have they played in the league? Okay, so Kim's played 2, started 2. So if he is a fair price, at 5 million, I'll stick Kim in there because he was I think he was like third for ball recoveries last year. And again, yeah, decent fixtures. So Zagreb, even if they don't keep clean sheets against Villa and Barca, happy enough just to have him in for ball recoveries. And then a Bayern midfielder. See, if Alici's playing again, if Alici's starting every match, I'd be happy to pick him as well. 59 off at 59 minutes isn't ideal. Gnabry was someone that people said. How were they in the previous match? So only 2 matches to go off of as well for Bayern, which isn't ideal. Alicia again started. Gnabry playing 90 minutes. So Alicia's probably going to be like your Wirtz during the Euros, where you'd need a return from him in the first 60 minutes for that to be worth it. But he is only 6.5 million. But I'm going to go for Gnabry at 7.5 because he's played 90 in both games. Kimmich could be an option too if I didn't want to go for an attacker, but we'll stick Gnabry in there. Alvarez hasn't either scored or assisted yet, so might not be the best pick in 4 matches. Alright, we'll keep him there for now. Aguero, the 2 teams in the bottom right were Young Boys and Zagreb, so again there wasn't really too much missing out on there. What are we thinking with Kane? So Kane's got an assist in the first day, and then he scored a pen. I mean, I think like Kane's easily the main goal threat, isn't he, for Bayern? In a game against Zagreb, you would hope they do quite well. Now, a lot of people are mentioning Gyökeres. Now, how are they looking for? Do you know what? Salzburg have really good fixtures as well off the front three, so whoever mentioned Konate could be a bit of a shout. Sporting, Lille at home, Sturm Graz, PSV, also a shout. So, Salzburg for the first 4, Sporting. So we could even potentially look at maybe going no Alvarez, looking at Salzburg. Actually, let's look at Sporting first. We haven't looked too much into Sporting, but we'll take Gyökeres whatever his price is. 8 million? 7.5. Wow, no wonder everyone has him. What's his ownership? 5%. And then we could potentially look at getting in Konate as well. I think he's had a decent start to the season. Okay, never played in this match. That's great. At all. Oh, so he's injured. Can't remember if someone mentioned that or not. Right, okay, we're not going to pick Konate. We're going back to Alvarez. For now. Do you know what? I'm going to leave it. I'll leave it blank for now. What do you think of Kane if 0.5 and just have Haaland? See, I might just start with Haaland, even though they've got Inter. Like, that's... Like, you probably want Haaland for the majority of those fixtures, don't you? I've got Thuram. Who's good for match day 1 and 2? Anyone in there? Dortmund. Oh yeah, we want Dortmund players. Right, let me look at Dortmund players first. I know I'm all over the place with looking at this team, but that's kind of how it's going to go when we've got so much info. I want a triple Dortmund. Defence-wise, Anton at 4.5 seems to be a really good shout. I think he's their main centre-back. Beside Schlotterbeck. Anton, yeah. Anton Schürrle. Gittins? Someone mentioned Gittins as well in the chat. 2 assists. Two games, 57 minutes and 31 minutes. That's not really ideal though, is it? It is obviously still just the start of the season, but Sabitzer has been playing. So we don't know who's on penalties. Gross could potentially take the penalties as well. I don't think we really know who is on the Dortmund penalties. If anyone knows any info, if anyone's a Dortmund fan, if anyone keeps up with the Bundesliga, or if anyone's like seen a manager press conference on who's going to be in the penalties, let me know, because it could easily be Sabitzer, could easily be Gross. Someone said Chan. Right, I'm going to stick with Anton. I might go with Gross, to be honest, because I feel like he's just always a very good one to pick. And again, if he takes penalties. What price is he? 6.5. That's a bit expensive. I'll take Sabitzer at 6. If we then get confirmation that Gross is on pens, might go for him instead. And then goalkeepers. Let's have a look at goalkeepers. Because I don't really care about the fixtures for goalkeepers. I just want like a starting goalkeeper that's cheap. So I didn't see anyone mention anything about 4 million goalkeepers, so I'm assuming we don't have any yet until someone potentially gets injured. Who's the Stuttgart goalie? Nubel. It's not him then. Do I recognize any of these guys? Who's LEI? Leipzig? Didn't know he signed for Leipzig. He was always a career mode gem back in the day. Wellenruther. Okay, we're into the 4.5. So at that point, you probably just go for. Where's De Gregorio? And then. Reznik's up to a 5 million goalkeeper. That's an upgrade and a half, by the way. How the hell is the Shakhtar goalie 5 million euros? Kanati's a few weeks injury, has been gone for a month. No idea when he'll be back, but as I said before, they play on the 14th. Yeah, okay. Keep an eye on that one then. Set notifications. Lewis said it might be Chan on penalties in his UCL space. It's got to be Sabitzer surely, because he took penalties a lot last year. Chan took one and scored one in the cup with Gross on the pitch. Okay, good to know. Last season, Sabitzer, Fulkrug and Chan shared penalties. Chan took his pens with Sabitzer not on the pitch. Okay. So, and then Chan's listed as a defender as well. So if we go... Yeah, okay, so Chan's a 5 million defender. How was he for ball recoveries last year? Can we check it? No, that's annoying. The 4 million goalkeepers are from Bratislava and Sturm Graz. Okay, let's have a look, shall we? Sturm Graz goalkeepers. Sherpen. Do you know the guy who was 4.5? Yeah, so Sherpen's 4.5. Did he play in both? He did, okay. And then Bratislava. Takak. Timovsky. Is he 4 million? Yeah, there you go. So we could have a 4 million goalie. Fixtures. Champions League qualification. That's what you want to look at, isn't it? Oh, it was Takak that plays in goals. That's annoying. Did he play both? Yeah. Okay, that kind of rolls them out. De Gregorio, the best 4.5. It does seem that way. Get Kasper Schmeichel, don't be silly. 4 million keepers. Ivan Nevestic for Zagreb and Red Star. I wouldn't mind so much like a Zagreb goalie. Like I feel like Red Star are gonna get like destroyed in a lot of games. Oh wow, so literally the Zagreb goalies are all 4 million. So how are they? Zagreb. Oh, do you know what? Bayern away in the first game is obviously not ideal. After that, doesn't look like any like horrendous games. So let's make sure. See the one. I think I'd probably pick him to be honest. Save the 0.5 mil. So Nevestic was the one that played in the last match. The Champions League qualifying game. Nevestic. Is he our guy? It is. There we go then, 4 million. I'll take him. Are they playing on, please tell me they're playing on, if they're playing on the same, of course. That's a pain in the arse. Ah, who's the other one? Red Star. Okay, so we can't go with De Gregorio and Nevestic, so I'd have to pick a different 4.5 if I wanted to go for that. Where's Red Star? Cervena Zvezda. Okay. We don't have their team here. Oh wow, they don't even give us the fixtures, so we've only got this to go off of, and which is Illich. Illich. He doesn't play. Okay, there we go. So that would have to be the Red Star goalie if we wanted a 4 million goalkeeper. And where? I mean, to be fair, they don't actually have any horrendous fixtures. Inter's probably the one that could absolutely do them in. Barca at home, I don't think would be horrendous. See, if I was to point this out right now, right, and go for the upset of the tournament and go for Red Star to beat Barca, and then come back to this in however many weeks' time. Just remember I said it first. Hummel's the ball recoveries king, but has gone. Schlotterbeck the next best thing. I know I'm kind of tempted to like just upgrade Anton, but then if I was to go, like, you would be looking at a where is it? There we go. Like, would you rather have Chan, who plays in midfield and could potentially play penalties, or go for Schlotterbeck, who obviously is a bit of a ball recoveries menace? Whoa! Tiggy with 5 gifted memberships. That's insane, mate. Thank you very much. I appreciate that so much. And you renewed your membership. Wow, thank you. That means a lot. That means an absolute ton. Thank you. What a man. Aw. That actually means an absolute ton. Thank you so much, mate. So there's 5 people who are now members of the channel. FPL Sparta, Luke W, Marchin, Henning, and I'm really sorry about the last one, Bascariotti Bora. All 5 new members to the channel. Make sure you say thank you, because that is crazy. But yeah, thank you so much, mate. That means so much. Right, okay. Would you want double Dortmund defense? I think you probably, like, how are the Dortmund fixtures? Yes. Like, other than Real Madrid, I think you could easily go with double Dortmund defense. So I'm going to stick Schlotterbeck in with Anton. What do I think of Adeyemi? 7 million midfielder for Dortmund. Is he playing midfield? If he's not playing like every match, I don't know if I'd be too... if he's not playing every match, I'm not sure I'd be too confident in going for him. Did he come off the bench? He came off in the 57th. Who came off? Gittins. So is he playing as like a left wing back? Gittins scored 2 goals as well in that match. Wow. What price is he? He's a defender? No. Oh, he's a midfielder. Ah, that doesn't make him as good. Is he even there? Is Gittins... I don't know. I can't see Gittins anywhere. Oh no, there he is there. 5 million midfielder. Interesting. If in the next couple of weeks, or if at the weekend or next weekend he plays a lot more minutes, I'd be very tempted to go for him. 2 goals and 2 assists, and not even like a full 90 minutes. Right, what else have we got for nice fixtures? In the easier game, Dortmund can drop a centre back and play 4 at the back instead of 3. Fair. Well, that probably would be Schlotterbeck and Anton though, wouldn't it? Wouldn't have to worry too much about that. Right, do you know what? I'm going to put Gittins in over Sabitzer now. If we get like, if his minutes still continue to be managed a little bit, then sure, we'll probably leave him out. But a 5 million midfielder who's got 2 goals and 2 assists very early on could be fantastic. Adeyemi plays anywhere in attack, started the season as a centre forward. See, right, okay, so I think at 7 million he's probably a bit too expensive for the amount of good Dortmund defenders you can get. That's probably what my thing would be. Zagreb and Celtic rotation is nice. Yeah, you're not wrong. Do I want to pick? It could be a decent one. Go for Kasper Schmeichel. And yeah, I really don't want the Red Star goalie. I'm gonna have to be honest. I really want this guy. So we go for the Zagreb goalie, and it's unfortunate because it makes Di Gregorio, who everyone kind of knows is the best 4.5, kind of makes him a little bit obsolete. Go for Schmeichel for now. Plays on the day after as well. And again, like on paper, Celtic have the easiest fixtures in the whole tournament. Juve have been a rock at the back this season, but the fixtures aren't all that, and I could lean towards Zagreb and Celtic, 8.5 million keeper rotation, so Chan and Schlaughter could be the one. Yeah, I think I might have to agree on that one. Go for the nice rotation, and then that way, I might even look at a Juventus centre-back. Someone mentioned the Juventus centre-back. Who's in the players to watch list? Juventus, Cabal and Cambiaso. Cambiaso 5.5, Cabal 4.5. So is Cabal playing for Juventus in every match? So Cambiaso plays right wing. Cabal's playing left back. How many games have they played so far in this season? So they've played 3 fixtures. Cabal played right wing against Roma. So Cambiaso's played right wing in 2 matches. Cabal has played left back in 2 matches. And then we've got the game against Como. Cambiaso scored, playing as a right back. Do you know what? I'm going Cambiaso because he kind of looks like a Di Lorenzo, but he's also playing as a right winger. I'll take that, and that way that kind of covers off the Di Gregorio as well. What have we got? 41 million left for 5 players, so we're averaging 8 million per player. That's pretty good. Tiggy, thanks for coming, mate. I really appreciate it. You have a great night as well, and hope you enjoy the video because I put a ton of work into that one. I hope everyone's seen that before they've actually looked. If you don't know how to play UCL Fantasy, I definitely would go watch the how to play UCL Fantasy video. It's only like 10 minutes. It's a fully animated kind of thing. But yeah, thanks for coming, mate. Bakayoko from PSV, interesting. Grimaldo. Oh, wait, that's a thing. So Celtic and Zagreb playing the same day every match day except for match day 1 and 2. Can I look at? No, I feel like if I look at the matches, my team will disappear. So they change days of playing each other. Ah, that's gonna be a pain. Trying to pick goalies. Right, we'll look at goalies in a minute. Let's ignore these guys. I'm keeping this guy because I kind of want him. Can be also not nailed, but higher upside. Bremer is nailed, but it's no threat. I'll keep Cambiasso for now. I think the fact he's played the first 3 league games and scored and seems to have done well, I think he looks pretty good. So I'll keep him. So we're looking at midfielders. Who have we had recommended as midfielders? Or who do we want players from? I apologise if you can't see this properly. Do you know what? I'll swap over. Now we can look at this properly. Real have Stuttgart. Do we want... Bellingham's injured though, isn't he? I feel like he's guaranteed out the first game. Plus the fixtures are awful. Midfielders from Salzburg. Is anyone... No midfielders from Salzburg. Sturm Graz. I don't really want a Sturm Graz player. Right, I'm going to stick Haaland in my team. Because those fixtures for City are really nice and I don't want to go without them. So, Haaland. 34 million for 4 players. Who have we actually got as midfield options? Salah against Milan. I mean, they're pretty nice fixtures for Liverpool. I'm going to avoid Arsenal, I think, totally, because I don't think they're fantastic games for them. Happy with the 2 I've got. Sticks, if I can get away with Salah, I'll take Salah. Then we've got 4 million. We've got 20 million for these last 3 players, essentially. So a cheap midfielder and then 2 expensive ones, or a cheap defender. Glauk. So Hugo and Antonio are saying Glauk from Salzburg. Is that how you say it, Glauk? I mean, Sparta Prague, Brest, Zagreb, Feyenoord. Is he a bit of a player? How much was he, sorry? 6, and it's a bit expensive though for a Salzburg player. They've only played 1 match, haven't they? I know they've played 5. 4. Where is he? Assist? Or how let's just look at him. Three goals, 2 assists in 2 matches, or 3 matches. How did they get on in the qualifiers? They had to play qualifiers, didn't they? Yeah. Played left wing. Doesn't take pens. Man of the match. Interesting. The perfect goalkeeper rotation is De Gregorio and Blažević. I'll keep that in mind if I want to go for two 4.5s, but I'm kind of set on going for the 4 million option with Nevestovic, or whatever it is. Why did I get rid of Schmeichel? FPL Aguero pointed out that Nevestic and Schmeichel, they play on the same day, essentially every day after game week 2. Okay, I'll maybe go for Glauk to start, because the fixtures are really nice. I kind of wanted Kanate in the first place, and if he's not going to be playing, then can maybe do that. Right, two spots left. Essentially, can go for 2 7s. Obviously, with a defender, I don't have to, so I can go for an expensive midfielder still. And then I can go for a cheaper defender. Grimaldo's a good shout. Let's see, how's the fixtures for Leverkusen? Bayer Leverkusen. Feyenoord, Milan, Brest. Well. Grimaldo and Frimpong have both scored so far this season. I love Grimaldo, man. See, when he was playing for Benfica, he was a different beast in UCL Fantasy. Rafinha and Yamal potentially could go for a Barca. Trent as well, actually, is another shout. Frimpong 5.5, Grimaldo 5.5. So if we pick Grimaldo, that means we have a 8.5 million mid. How's Barca's fixture? Barca have pretty good fixtures. Barca midfielder. Yamal, Rafinha. It's good that Rafinha's listed as a midfielder this year. So who's been the better of the two this year? I mean, I'd probably lean towards Yamal because of how good he was at the Euros. But okay. Rafinha's got 3 goals, 2 assists. Yamal has 4 assists, 1 goal. Does anyone know who's more rotation prone between the two of them? What do I think of Barcola? I can't remember who it was, I apologise. Someone said earlier in the chat that he looked like a really good option. I haven't really done too much digging into him. But from what it seems like, he could be pretty decent. So I could go for this, and then when I pick a 4.5 million goalie, I've still got $1 million left over in the bank, which essentially lets me get Gittins up to Sabitzer. Yeah, I don't really know about the goalkeepers. Someone mentioned the goal. Yamal's 50% owned. No. Who's the highest owned player in the game? It is Yamal. Wow. Okay. Both Yamal and Rafinha start and play the whole match typically. Okay. Appreciate that, Bogdan. So they both look like really good options then. Why? Yamal's ownership is mental. Haaland, Mbappe. I never even thought about Mbappe. Vinny. There's a lot of Real Madrid players. Saliba's at 29% ownership. I don't think we can get a good rotation with a Zagreb keeper. That's annoying. I mean, it depends. Like, if there's maybe one match day, then that could be one we look for, like a wild card, a limitless. Sporting defender called Quenda. Scores, assists. Let's look. Quenda. Nothing this year. Just called up. 17. How much is he? Probably wouldn't pick him just because he's not really had too much this year, but just to have a look. Quenda. Is he a midfielder? No, he's not in the game. Great. Right, okay. I'm just going to pick a goalkeeper then, because I'll take another further look into rotation and stuff later. What about Emi Martinez? He could be alright. I'm guessing he plays in the 17th, ready? Yep. Of course. Why is Lunin one of the highest selected goalies? I might go for Allison. Oops. And he plays in the 17th, right. 5.5 million goalies. Who have we got? Raya. Don't want to touch Arsenal. Nope. What's going on? I can't believe Riznik's a fucking 5 million goalie. Do you know what? Right, I'm just gonna go. I'll go for what I've been told and pick Blast. I want another Salzburg player though. But Salzburg have decent game. Yeah, okay. I'll do what I've been told. I've been told that, I think it was Joey that said it, De Gregorio and Blasvich as the goalkeeping partnership to have. So we've got that. We've got 0.5 in the bank. Confirm. And there is our first draft. Cambiasso in for Gittins. And that's it. What do we think? Kobel in and swap Anton for Kavarsi. Could be a shout. I think Kobel's 5 million though. I really don't want to spend 5 million on a goalkeeper. Rodrigo is only 9 mil. So he can be a good shout as well compared to Vinny and Mbappe. Fair. Kane to Rodrigo and you can get Yamal instead of 6 mil Salzburg player. I don't want to miss out on Kane in match day 1 though. That's a huge fixture against Zagreb. Gregorio and Balswitch. What's his name? Blaswitch. The perfect rotation. Okay, thank you. Raya Nevestic also good. Zagreb Bologna goalie is decent, but same day fixtures for 4 and 5. I think, to be fair, as long as you can get, like, it doesn't even matter who it is, as long as you can get rotation with them, in like every match day, except for obviously the ones you use chips, you're probably going to be in a fine position. Who plays first in Kane? So we're going triple Bayern, triple Dortmund, and that's that, innit? Double Juventus defence, which I've heard is really good. What are we saying on chip strat? Right, are we going to look at chips now? I think we will. See what kind of chip strategy we can have. I'm trying to work out what the best way to go through this is, because obviously this is the first year with this new format, and I don't really know the best way to do it. So someone throw a chip strategy at me. We'll start with looking at known Real Madrid players is not ideal. Yeah, it's probably fair. Can always look at it again. Yeah, someone throw a chip strategy at me and then we'll have a look at it. What have we got so far? That way we have at least a starting point and then we can dive deeper into it later. The only problem with Blasvich is the other Salzburg goalie was the starter last season who just came back from injury, but Blasvich probably starts UCL. Okay, thank you, Hugo. I think instantly off the bat, I was thinking like just from purely these fixtures, a limitless in 2 and a wild card in 6. So FPL Aguero goes for limitless 5 and then wild card in the knockouts, or wild card in the 6. So we're having a team purely for the first 4. And then limitless in the 5, and then wildcard for the last 3. I don't think that actually looks like too bad an option, does it? You're looking for a lot of teams that have good fixtures here, so you'd be getting Milan players in, you'd be getting Leipzig players in. This is so difficult to try and work out. Like, it was so much easier because you just had teams with good fixtures and then whatever, but right, where's the games where everyone has a decent fixture? Like wildcard, match day 8 is the sorry, let me start again. Match day 8 is the match day where most of the good teams have a good fixture, but we're not going to use a limitless then because we don't get to use our bench. So we wipe that out, and then the next best is going to be 1, which again can't use a chip. We've got 3 and we've got 5. So that's a couple people now saying Limitless 2 as well. I do quite like the look of the Limitless 2, so we'll have a look at Limitless 2, and then FPL Aguero says Wildcard 5 as well. So I think we'll have a look at a Limitless 2. So let's have a look and see. So the team I've just built, let us turn it into like a spreadsheet team. And that way we can have a look at it properly. So, team. Let's move all this down a little bit. Two goalkeepers, defender, 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 midfielder, 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 forward, forward, forward. Match day 1. Right. Goalkeepers, we've got Gregorio and Blasvich. Defense, we went for Anton. We went for Schlotterbeck. Went for Grimaldo. Cambiasso and Kim. Midfield, we have got Salah, Gnabry, Rafinha, Gittins. And Gluck. I don't know how you spell it. And then up front we have Kane, Haaland, and Gyökeres. Right.
It sound right, boy.
Bang bang. Salzburg have Prague away, which is a green one. And so it's Gluck, Leverkusen, Feyenoord away. Salah, Milan away. What I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly move all this in here. so that I can see it easier. Barca with Monaco away. Haaland, Inter at home. Sporting with Lille at home. Red and yellow. Was yellow in it? Yeah. Right. So that's our match day 1 fixtures. Not too bad. You know, Salah with the hard one and Haaland with the hard one. So it's decent. And then if we were to take this exact team and push it to match day 2, see how it's looking, and then we'll do the same with match day 3. So let's take that, do that, do that. Right, match day 2 team, match day 3 team. Just to see where we're at with fixtures. So RB Leipzig away. Oh. As orange. Blasvich, Salzburg, Prague at home. Sorry, I've just looked at that. Brest at home. Grimaldo with Leverkusen, Milan at home. It's not amazing fixtures for Leverkusen, is it? It's not like must have kind of thing. Villa away for these guys, which is an orange as well. Salah has Bologna at home. It's yellow. Rafinha for Barca, young boys. See, that's where you kind of... I liked... someone said earlier as well about going for the double Barca, Rafinha and Yamal, which could be a good shout. And maybe I could upgrade Glauc because the match day 2 fixture is really good as well, the young boys at home. Is that everything? Say Bratislava away. And Gyökeres PSV away. So it's actually like we don't have a single red fixture either. It's getting late for me, so I'm leaving. Great stream, mate. Enjoyed it. Came to your channel after Euros and would love to see more Eurostyle videos for you. So thanks for coming, mate. Notion Vids, I appreciate it. I appreciate the kind words as well. Thanks for coming. I really do appreciate it, and get involved with the chat as well. Have a good night. Joey says Mbappe plays Stuttgart at home match day 1. Consider swapping him and Haaland. It definitely could be one of the transfers that you could, one of the 2 transfers. But I don't think Haaland against Inter at home is like a game where he couldn't do well either though. I actually think looking at these fixtures alone with the team I've got, a Limitless is desperately needed. I think you'd be looking at Inter players for your Limitless because you aren't going to want them against Man City in match day 1. Liverpool, I mean, I wouldn't be totally against that. I think City as well, having Bratislava away, like again, with Inter at home, it's probably not the worst fixture in the world where you would have to totally avoid them. So I think you could definitely get away with it, and Barcelona obviously have a decent fixture. Monaco away, young boys, you could easily just have them as well in match day 1. Who are Bayern playing in match day 2? Aston Villa. See, it's not the worst either there. So I think the only, if you're on a limitless, or if you are on a limitless, I think you're really going to be focusing on Inter Milan players. Whereas if you're not on a limitless, I think you could easily get a lot of players from these teams in your match day 1 squad and still have a good team. If that makes sense. And yes, obviously you can still come back to your main team in match day 3, which still has a lot of the same teams here. I think you'd probably be looking at making transfers for Inter players for the game against Red Star and the game against Young Boys. So that could maybe be 1, maybe 2 of your transfers, which I think FPL Aguero mentioned it about starting with Thuram over Gyökeres. Sporting do have good fixtures, but other than that main fixture against City, Inter have some 2 good fixtures there that you're going to want, probably the Inter Milan striker. Do you prefer playing the wild card in the league phase or save for later? Miguel, I normally do play it in the group stages, and I think it's going to be even harder to save it for later this year because there's more games. So for now, I'm going to say in the league stage, because I think you're really going to struggle to have a good team for every match day by just using 2 transfers over 8 weeks. Okay, so I personally, from what I'm looking at right now, would maybe skip the match day 2 limitless. Because I think you could easily have a good team for match day 1 to 3, and not have to worry about using a chip. At which point we're then looking towards the end of the game weeks. I definitely think like match day 5 and match day 6 could be the ones, because the fixtures in match day 4 are a little bit poor. Like if the players were wanting the now, so for example Inter have a difficult fixture in match day 4, so if you're bringing Inter players in, you're not going to want them in match day 4. We're starting with Dortmund players. They do have Sturm Graz. Is that right? Did I put that in there? Oh yeah, okay. So it's match day 3, you don't want the Dortmund players. Who else are we filling up on? So let's kind of let's do here, right, and let's look at the players that we would want for match day 1. So let's split this up. Try to work out the best way to kind of like organize this without it getting too confusing. So match day 1, we're starting with Dortmund. And we're going to have Dortmund for 2, and we probably won't want them in 3 and have them in 4. That way you can get Bruges, Celtic, and Sturm Graz. We have Real Madrid here, so we probably don't want to have them there. We're also starting with Bayern because we want the Zagreb game. Bayern have Villa in 2, which isn't awful, and then Benfica in 4. So what do we think of maybe a match day 3 limitless? Because Bayern also have a tough fixture in match day 3 as well as Dortmund. And then we go back to the Bayern players again with Benfica in match day 4. Who else are we looking at? Who's our main guys? Juventus. We had 2 Juventus players. Juventus are probably good all the way through, so that's fine. Juventus. 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 PSV. Stuttgart. Leipzig and Lille. Does match day 8 kick off altogether? It does, yeah. So like the bench is totally like the bench is totally obsolete in match day 8. So that kind of rules stuff a little bit pointless in terms of like chips and that. Barca, I want to look at Barca. Do they have a good fixture? So Barca seem to have a difficult fixture as well. I actually quite like the look instantly of a match day 3 limitless. Is anyone? Because I haven't seen anyone mention that. Has anyone thought about a match day 3 limitless? Barca have Monaco, Young Boys, and Bayern, and then you can go back to Red Star. Monaco away, Young Boys at home, Red Star away. Where am I supposed to be looking here? Here? No. I'm lost. Right, there we go. Would that be a wildcard 5 or 6? So Dortmund have a good fixture again. Barca have a good fixture again. Juventus and Bayern. Bayern play PSG. Juventus play Villa. So I think you could probably get away with keeping match day 5 as well. I think maybe we'd look at 6. Because 6 was the one we were looking to get in Arsenal players. Looking to get in... Who's the guys with good fixtures here? Leipzig don't have a good fixture. I think a limitless 3 and a wildcard 6 could be pretty interesting. Let me add these guys in just so we can see their actual fixture. And that way we can actually look at it. Inter, Young Boys away. No, we don't have Inter there. Dortmund and Bayern. Dortmund have Real Madrid away. Bayern have Barcelona away. Barca, who's the other one? Juventus, Stuttgart at home. We've already got that. So that Barca would have Dortmund at home, which I think is an orange fixture. No, Bayern at home. What? Oh, here. Sorry. That could be a shout then. Limitless 3, wildcard 6. Because these are the main, like when we're looking at Dortmund, Bayern, Juventus, Barca. I feel, is there another team in here that we want to be looking at in terms of like double ups and triple ups for match day 1? Dortmund, Bayern, Juventus, Barcelona. Barca of Brest. Juventus, we can't see yet. Bayern, we can't see yet. Dortmund of Zagreb. So Bayern and Juventus in matchday 5. PSG at home. Villa away. Right, so clearly there's a big and an obvious answer here. And then when we look at match day 6 as well, we'll take a look just because we can. None of Bayern are there actually. But I mean, if we're using a wildcard, we can always wildcard the Bayern players in anyway. Juventus have Man City at home. Dortmund have Barcelona at home, which means Barcelona have Dortmund away. That's red, and that's red. Two glaringly obvious match days here with good fixtures, with poor fixtures. I think we might have a winner, even though it is like one of the first. Well, not really. We looked at the limitless match day too, and then we can wildcard in Arsenal. We can wildcard in Atletico. We can wildcard in Real Madrid, which are games we're not really going to be looking at off the bat because Arsenal have poor fixtures. Atletico are still decent, they have pretty good fixtures overall, and Real Madrid aren't the easiest but not the worst either. I don't mind that whatsoever. I think that might have to be the initial strategy that we look at. Limitless 3, wildcard 6. And that way we just purely focus on these 4 teams. Triple Dortmund, triple Bayern, couple of Juventus, couple of Barca. Yamal, Rafinha, defence for Juventus. You know, everyone knows the Bayern players, Kane's, Gnabry's, and then everyone knows the best Dortmund. That could be the one. And Limitless 3, wildcard 6 is very nice for Salzburg. Zagreb rotate. See, that literally works out perfectly because then you can have your 4 million goalkeeper as well. We cracked it. Look at that, and it only took us 2.5 hours. What else is there? Just in case. Other teams we want to get for game week 1. We've got Bayern in there, we've got Salzburg. So Salzburg as well. Who have Salzburg got for like... Because we've got 2 Salzburg players. I mean, you're going to want to wildcard them out as well. Look at like Salzburg having PSG, Real and Atletico. Ideally, you could probably get away with Leverkusen. It's down as an extremely hard fixture, but I don't think that's that accurate. You get 4 good fixtures out of them. Obviously, you're limitless and in 3, so you're getting the 3 best fixtures for Salzburg. A difficult one against Leverkusen before you wildcard out for the 3 tough ones. Zagreb, difficult for Bayern. Decent Monaco fixture. 2 decent ones there. And then 2 home fixtures. I mean, you could even keep the Zagreb goalie in on your wildcard. But that way you can just get the Salzburg guy out. For City, wildcarding in 6. I mean, you'd probably try and just get your City players back. Take your City players out here. Who else have we got? Liverpool. I guess Inter would be another one to have a look at. enter. The only other strategy I can think is maybe going for a totally different team and then wildcarding in 2. And then maybe, because a lot of your teams with good fixtures in 2 and 3 have hard fixtures in 1. You know, you could get Real. Sorry, that's Stuttgart, not Real. You know, you look at Inter, good fixtures after 1. City, good fixtures after 1. Monaco, good fixtures after 1. Atalanta, good fixtures after 1. Could also be another shout. So do we want to have a look at that? So if we're gonna, so let's also lock that one off. So merge that and go limitless 3 wildcard 6. Right, so if we're gonna say wildcard in 2, we would purely be picking game week 1 fixtures. So you would have Bayern, probably Celtic as well. In terms of purely focusing on match day 1, Real Madrid, Benfica, it's an away fixture though, Juventus, PSG, Sporting, who did they have? Lille at home. So that would probably be if you were gonna. Real have good fixtures overall. I think when you're looking at the swings, like it looks like they have pretty poor fixtures, but on paper they're actually not too bad, are they? The first 4 is pretty good. Right, okay, so those teams in 2, if you were to start off with them. So let's just go for the first 3 because we're wildcarding into red, Real, deal away. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could kind of get away with this as well, couldn't you? So maybe not. Again, looks difficult on paper when you're looking at like the dark orange fixtures, but realistically, they're not the worst. Sporting. Yeah, no, I don't think you would probably, like, if you were going to purely focus on that, I mean, you could get away with it, but you'd be bringing in these players, of course. Inter. And then where would you limitless? Yeah, so let's move these on because we don't have to worry about these guys. Now we'll be looking at teams on a wild card with good fixtures in 2 and 3. So that would be Atalanta. Girona, I guess. Inter Milan. City. Monaco. Salzburg. I mean, is that 5 different teams? It is 5 different teams, so I guess it could be a strategy of some sort. Inter, City. Atalanta have Shakhtar away. Monaco and Salzburg. Zagreb away. Brest at home. Green. And then those same teams in match day 3. In fact, I want to include Real Madrid in that. I'll leave them for now, purely looking at the green ones. Celtic in 3, Celtic at home. Inter, Young Boys away. City. Prague at home. Did I miss that in this one? I did. Monaco and Salzburg. Monaco with Red Star at home. Zagreb at home. Okay, so again, good fixtures. Now in terms of those guys, would you limitless in 4? At which point, it's not great. Nah, I don't like this one. I feel like wildcarding so early on just doesn't work. Because you would limitless here and then you again get the same team all through here when your team comes back to normal. It really doesn't matter who these fixtures are. Like City are going to have like Juventus, PSG. Inter are going to be having a Leverkusen fixture. You'd probably have to limitless in 6 here, which means keeping all these guys for 4 and 5. So Atalanta, that's fine. Inter, it's not bad. City, it's quite good. Monaco and Salzburg. Monaco, it's not bad. I suppose that could potentially work. But then again, you'd probably limitless in 6. If you were gonna wildcard in 2, you would probably have to limitless 6, and then you would come back to these guys again in 7 and 8. So I don't really think that's the best option, because you're essentially keeping your whole team from match day 2 up to match day 8. Is the middle chunk of fixtures for yeah, is the middle, this is all for wildcard 6. This was potentially looking at wildcard 2 limitless 6. Yeah. Nah, I'm not feeling this one as much as the other one. I definitely think this is going to be the way to go. Right. I think I'm gonna swap my team, and then I think we'll look at ending it off there. So Dortmund, Bayern, Juve, Barca. That is where we want to look. We've got 3 Dortmund. I want to get rid of Dortmund, Juve, Bayern, Barca. I want to try get. I mean, I could probably keep him and then go for Yamal here. Yamal, Dortmund, Juve. And what was it? It was the Salzburg. It was the Salzburg and the Zagreb goalie. Daniel Zagreb. Then I just need to save 0.5, and then we go. I think I was going to go for him. Potentially look at him. Dortmund, Bayern, Juve, Barca. Bayern, Dortmund, Juve, Barca. So I need one more. I would need, for this perfect strategy, one more Barca, one more Juve. None of them look great though, do they? Douglas Luiz, Barca. Am I missing anyone? Not specifically. No, I just need, where did I find 0.5? That's all I need really. Maybe go take Ronaldo out, I think, because his fixtures weren't amazing. And then we just need a 5 million defender. And boom. Could potentially go Baldi. Kubarsi, there you go. Thank you, Erin. You have, yeah, that's the one. 4.5 million, and then I've still got 0.5 in the bank. Bang. So we've got triple Barca, triple Dortmund, triple Bayern, and 0.5 in the bank. I think that looks good. Cup miners. I'm going to keep the midfield I've got, I think. I'm liking that. Right, that's it. I think I'm going to end things off there. We've been live for 2.5 hours. We've got a team. The chip strategy we're looking at looks like it's going to be a limitless 3 and a wildcard 6. That's what seems to be a good plan for now. This is our first draft. I will have a couple more videos out over the next week or so. I'm going to Dubai next Friday, so I need to pre-record a lot because I've got a full week of FPL that I'm going to be missing out and need to be recording for that. And then obviously the Champions League starts on the Tuesday, the week that I'm away, so I need to be pre-recording everything. I'm going to try to do it over the weekend. Going to get a first draft video out. Going to tidy everything up a little bit. I'll get a chip strategy out, chip strategy video out as well over the next week or so. But yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with that. I think we managed to find the chip strategy pretty quickly, and our team's looking pretty nice. You know, I think again, for our first draft tomorrow, maybe for the video tomorrow, I might have another look at this, just to make sure everything's what I like it as. But that's pretty much all there is, I think. I appreciate everyone who's come into the stream. I think we peaked at about 40 viewers, which was great. So thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone who has been active in the chat. It's been a nice little night, a nice chill little night. Hopefully you enjoyed it. But yeah, so I'm going to end it there. Thank you all for coming out, and I'll see you all probably tomorrow. I think I'll have a first draft video out at some point tomorrow. So if you haven't already watched the How to Play UCL Fantasy, you've probably been confused for the last 2.5 hours, but if you haven't watched it, please go over there and watch it. Make sure to leave a like in the stream, make sure to subscribe if you're brand new here, and I'll see you all next time. So thank you all so much for a great stream, and goodbye.